Okay guys, in this video you guys will see me change the front brake pads, the rear shoes, the rear cylinders for the drum brakes, and bleeding the brakes with the Mighty Vac. This is only the second time I've done the rear shoes. I've done it maybe 6 years ago on another car, so I'm not very good with it. If you guys recommend any tools to do that, post in the comments with those links, because I do need to buy tools to do rear drums, because I'm not very good at those. I have little to no experience. People say they're super easy to do. I have a heck of a time figuring those out. So, but you guys will see for sure how to do the rear cylinders and the front brake pads. As far as the front brake pads, it goes just about for any chassis. It's the same. So keep that in mind if you're watching just how to do your front brakes. This video will be more than enough to show it. The lighting is a little dark, so don't mind that as well. And let's go ahead and call and see what place is charged to get all this done. Remember, front brake pads, the rear drums, the shoes, I believe that's what they're called, and then the rear cylinders in the drum. So let's see what place is charged. It's not a terrible job. I just suck at doing the drums, and if you're good at it, then this will be a breeze. But post in the comments what tools you guys recommend, and let's go ahead and call maybe a Firestone or Brake Max or something and see what they charge. Toyota Corolla, a 2004.
Okay, so I didn't hear any of that because there was a disturbance. 2004?
Yes, Toyota Corolla.
Okay, so if you do just a standard brake service on the front and the rear, and the you're looking right about 770. But again, that may not be the case until we do the inspection, which is no charge.
Right. So possible chance of it being cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Then I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, guys. So that was kind of hard to get the pricing for, because I know the guy was busy and he didn't want to deal with it. He said 770. I don't know how much of that was in parts or labor, but just know that's what you could end up spending at a shop doing all this. It could end up being cheaper. He preferred doing an inspection first, which is fair. But I had to kind of lie a little bit to get the pricing out of him. But 770, you guys watch the videos. If you guys are good with rear drum brakes, this will be a piece of cake. Like I've said before, I'm terrible with drums. I've only done it twice. And this is the second time I've done it on this car. So enjoy the video. Save some money, get the tools, do it yourself, and get it done. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, guys, here we are doing some brakes on a Toyota Corolla. I know I haven't been uploading very many videos of the car. I've been doing a lot of side work to pay for some tools, compressor, the quick jack's all hooked up, the little motors around the corner. First time I'm going to use it, so pretty excited. But let's go ahead. Toyota Corolla, front and rear brakes. Let's go ahead and get this done. And obviously at the beginning of the video, it would have showed you what shops charge to do this job. So look forward to that in the beginning of the video. If you skip the beginning, it's on there. But let's go ahead and do it. This is actually in really nice shape. Can't remember the year, 2000 something maybe, I don't know, can't remember. I gotta find out, but it'll be in the title of this video. But let's go ahead, quick jack's all set up. I'm gonna go set it down the camera, and I'm gonna go around where the motor's at and start jacking it up. Super excited to use my tools. Harbor Freight impact gun that I got, just so I could take wheels off easier with the quick jack rather than loosening everything up and then lifting the car. So let's go ahead and get this going. So I know this is a video on doing the brakes, but I just got this quick jack from Costco, and look how high it gets it. It is freaking awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the front wheels off with the impact. Okay, so all that has to come off is the caliper, which is right here. It's held in by 2 back bolts, which is a 14 millimeter. I have my tool from Harbor Freight to push back the piston in the caliper. This thing's been great. Got all my money out of this. Some grease. And then I have some brake cleaner over here and the new brake pads. This is just O'Reilly stuff, so let's go ahead and knock this out real quick. With that brake caliper tool, that's what I'm using to push back the piston. There are other tools out there. This is what works for me. That is how easy it is to change your front brake pad. Super easy. If you have to change the rotor, remove the brake caliper bracket. Remove it. It's usually like either 219s or 217s typically in the back. You'll remove that off, and then you're able to take this off, the rotor off. And sometimes you may need to hit it with a rubber mallet if it's stuck on there. I have other videos of doing brake jobs, I believe, where I have to hit it, so go back to any of those videos to see. But I might do a quick time lapse on the other side, and then we'll jump to the rears. Also, I did forget to mention, can't really see it, but there's like a flat spot on these back little washers. I don't know what you want to call it, but they need to be against this little arm. So if you notice, I backed it all back out because this little part was spun the wrong way, and it was like over the arm, so I had to twist it back to where it caught. Same with down here. It's correct. I don't know if you guys can really see it at this angle, but let's go ahead and jump to the other side. Alright guys, that's it on the front brake pads. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the rears. Don't forget, grease it up nice and good. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, if you're just watching to see the front brakes, always remember when you do your brakes to pump your brake pedal and make sure you have pressure in it before you start driving it around or before you back it up or move it forward. Whatever the case may be, always pump the brakes. Get that fluid back into the system and for it to push the piston back out. So that'll be it for this, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the rears now. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Gotta go make a AutoZone run. She got pads and we need the shoes, whatever you call them for the drums. The drum pads. I don't know. I can't remember what you call it. But I gotta go get those. Lots of brake dust in there. So, yep, these are pretty worn, I'd say. Alright, it's been a while since I've done this brake setup, the shoe setup. So I think I need to push these in and twist it. Alright, went from replacing the brake pads to replacing the shoes. Ended up being a disaster in the rear end. I'm helping my friends with their car bills. If I make a mistake, I'm going to fix that mistake. On these ones, this video is going to end up being, besides your front brakes, on how to replace your rear cylinders. Rear brake cylinders, I think that's what he called it. So, I just bought another one from AutoZone, a new one. Let's see if my camera's on it. Oh, right there. There goes the old one. Word of advice. Let's see. Don't ever pump the brakes with the drum off. It's a terrible idea. Also keep in mind, this is only the second time I've ever done the drums. Brake replacement, the shoes. So I'm very inexperienced, and last time I did this was about 6-7 years ago. Probably longer than that. Needless to say, I don't ever want to do it again. Guys, watch everything. The springs, there's spring there, spring here, spring in the back, the little fork. These guys, you got pushed down and twist to get them out. But needless to say, I messed up this one was probably fine. This rear cylinder was fine, but I didn't want to chance it. That other one, I accidentally seized. I forgot that shoe was off, or the drum was off, and I pressed the brake to see if I could create some tension on this one. And I sure did, but I jacked up the piston on that side. So this side's all done. Now let's jump to that side. Alright, let's go ahead and change this side. This is one. It seems to work now, but it was crooked. And this is brakes. I don't want anything to ever happen, so I'm just going to replace them. So I'm going to start with removing this guy. Maybe. It's going to bleed out some fluid, relieve the pressure. Don't forget to catch the fluid. This one actually leaked a lot, so there's probably no pressure in the system on this side. So I did test drive the car, and the brakes are all wonky because I had a really bad leak on this side due to the piston coming out. So I'm gonna get this flare off, brake line flare. As you can tell, there's no pressure in the system. This line's probably pretty bare. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to bleed the system. It's finally dripping some because of this guy here. Give this a good pull. Out it goes. 10 millimeter right there. That's the bolt that holds it on. With removing the bleeder valve, you should be able to just easily pop it out in front. Now you gotta put some pressure on separating these guys. There it is. Out it goes. Now let me go grab the new one. Went ahead, broke this guy off before I put it on. Let's move that boot. I did use a vice grip to hold it because this could be on there kind of tight. But let's go ahead and do this. Start with the little 10. Thread is started in that one. Jump over to this guy. Just kind of get them nice and snug, and then get the brake line. And then tighten it all up, starting with the brake line. Now the 10 millimeter, make sure everything's pretty lined up right. Just have to adjust these guys a little bit. All right. Okay. The valve. Alright, and that's that, guys. Go ahead and brake clean this off real quick. Alright guys, I have the Mighty Vac set up. There goes the brand. I have another video on this, so just so you guys know, I pumped it up to, I think it's supposed to be like 10 to 15 pounds of pressure in there. And then you open the valve. It has a sweet attachment that the Mighty Vac comes with. Super sick. Super sick. But now I'm going to open the valve. I'm going to start with that back corner that has, that's probably the worst on pressure and with air in the line. So I'm going to open up the valve. There it is. Putting pressure in there. Let's see where my pressure is on this. I gotta bring it down. Let me check this guy. Still has about 15 pounds. So now let's go to the back. Alright, here goes another Mighty Vac little bottle. So I'm gonna bleed it into this, and I think I'm gonna go look for more attachments, longer hoses for this guy, because this is short. But let's see if we can bleed the pressure. There it goes, pressure. Look at that. Tightened it back up. I'm gonna go double check the pressure up front. Alright, took a while for the air to finally start coming through. Now watch the flow of it come out. Let's just stream, no air. So this one's bled. This one's good now. Guy didn't work out very well. Let's go to the next side. Alright guys, I went around, made sure there's pressure. That's why there's a little bit of spills underneath it from the fluid shooting out. The backs have pressure now as well. So don't forget, close the valve, release the air. And this is all done. Then this is quick connect. A little bit of pressure was under that one. Pull out this. And there it is. Let me go ahead and put this stuff away, and then I'll grab the camera again. Alright guys, that's how you guys do your front brakes. The rear brake shoes, I did not do a good job, so you're going to more or less see how to replace those rear cylinders. To show you guys how to replace those rear shoes, it's a pain. It's a bunch of springs everywhere, it's hard to explain. But you guys will see how to replace those rear cylinders instead. Everything's been bled, the pedal feels way better than what it was before. So like, subscribe, share, and I'll just do a small montage to finish up this video on getting it off the quick jack and putting the wheels back on. Thanks guys.